Hello, I am here with Major Greg Thompson. He is the commander of the Salvation Army Western Division. Welcome, Major. Good to see you.
It's good to see you again. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. So a lot of times we often talk right around the holidays, which is a big time of year for the Salvation Army. But I also know, I mean, you are 24/7, 365. The Salvation Army never stops.
Yeah.
So with that being
Yeah.
said, yeah, let's talk about what's going on right now. What are
Well,
your needs?
so the interesting thing is we have a huge presence at Christmas. So people
Yes.
see it, they see all those things. And what they misunderstand is that a lot of what we do at that point has to do with us moving forward throughout the year. So we raise money at that time of year to make it possible for us to serve people the entire year.
Right,
So
right.
I just want people to know that as they look at, now we might be a little more quiet, but we're still there in the background working every day to transform the lives of people in need.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just talk about some of the ways, I guess, around the holidays too. There's red kettles, people are donating money, which I know is always that's again 24/7, 365. But are there some other ways that people can contribute back to the Salvation Army?
Oh, there's all kinds of different ways.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned the two, the giving and that kind of thing.
right.
But there's ways that we have volunteer opportunities at our food pantry. We have volunteer opportunities at or even our early Head Start, where they have parent interaction with people. We also have opportunities for people to help with just interacting with people in transition or in their lives are in transition, or helping them through helping to learn how to clean a house, or working with a veteran or things like that. There's all kinds of different opportunities, even working with youth at one of
Yeah,
our community centers. We take volunteers. We'll take a volunteer to do anything.
right. Right. And the thing about your organization, which isn't the case for all organizations, I mean, you really serve everybody from the youngest of citizens in our community to the oldest and everywhere in between.
Right. We start with that early Head Start, which is even pre-birth sometimes. So we could do 0 to 3 there. And then you can move on to some of our family interactions beyond there. We've got community centers where your children could be involved, and different kinds of character building and opportunities to grow there, even worship services for the entire family. And then we have housing services and case management services, and that goes all the way up into what we call our Booth Manor. That's named after William Booth, our founder, and that's called Booth Manor. And we serve low-income senior citizens in their final years of housing and independent living.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit. Looking at my notes, I want to talk a little bit about the food service and what you do during the summer, which is right around the corner, for the different school lunch programs and those types of things for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, just to back up a little bit on the food service too, I think it's important for people to know that we haven't experienced a down from the COVID years. In fact, from year over year, from last year to this year, same time, we've seen a 24% increase in the need for food stability in people's homes. So it's important to us to do things like our Winter Night Watch, which helps feed people during the cold months, and then our Kids Cruising Kitchen, which we use during the summer to feed kids in need, low-income families. We send out 2 different vehicles. They're called canteens. They look like big trucks. That's what they look like.
Right.
But we call them canteen. Send them out with grab-and-go meals for kids, and each one of them, we have about 6 locations that we stop at every single day to make sure that both the homeless population and those low-income families are getting the meals they need for the summer months.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you need volunteers for that type of?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We definitely need volunteers for that. We always need we need drivers, we need hand-routers, we need just people who would be willing to just talk to kids and
Yeah.
tell them about, even we give them a little brochure that says, here's what else we can provide for you.
Right.
Yeah, we can always use volunteers for
Yeah.
that program for sure.
And I know all of that information is on your website, so people can find that and everything they need.
Correct.
So let's talk about, this is a favorite annual event that's coming up here. It's a luncheon. It's
Mhm.
DJ's Hero Awards Luncheon. It's started by the Sokol family in honor of DJ, their son, who passed away during his teens from was it leukemia? I'm
I don't recall the
okay. Okay.
exact cancer that
I
he
should know. Yeah. Yeah.
but
And
he actually, I will tell you a little bit backwards for you. The
sure.
Salvation Army actually started this the year before the Sokolows got involved. But the year
Okay.
we did it, we started with a very small group of like, I think 5 kids got a scholarship that first year.
Okay.
And it was very minimal, it was like $2,500. But it was like, okay, we're going to start this thing and see if we can go. In the meantime, the Sokolows were going through a very difficult moment with
Right.
DJ. He was an interesting person who was always involved in wanting the underdog to be better and helping them be better.
Yeah.
And so when he passed away, the Sokolows came to us and we went to them and we said, you know what if we partnered and made this thing really big in honor of DJ? And they were like, oh, that would be great. And from that moment on, I will tell you that the Sokolows have been 100% on board with supporting this event over the last, now we're at 22 years, I think, this year.
Oh my goodness.
And we've gone from those first 5 scholarships to now 17 scholarships this year at $15,000 a piece.
Yeah.
I think $15,000 a piece. So we're having an opportunity to make a deeper impact in people's lives. In addition to those scholarships, now we've also added the piece over the last couple of years. We've added a mentorship for the students as well, knowing that many of the people we give scholarships to have really come from sometimes very desperate situations.
Sure.
And high school is very different than college. And every college student will tell you, yeah, it's really different. So, when we make that transition into college, I think people need a little extra help, and especially for those families that we're dealing with who've even come from even more difficult situations that these kids are in, to help them even along the path. So we're providing not only the scholarship, but a mentoring along the way for them as well.
Yeah. Well, and thank you for it, to understand how events start and kind of where they come from, and then also just see how they've grown and then the impact that they continue to make in the community from that kind of inception point. First of all, I think it's fascinating, but it also just shows the generosity of the community.
Absolutely.
Well.
Yeah. And I think it's important for people to know this is not particular to Omaha. This is across the entire state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
So we send this out to all the schools, all the counselors in all the schools get to nominate a child. And then we have a committee who reads all of those nominations and has to somehow whittle them down.
Yeah.
We thought we were at 15. And then someone on the committee said, well, I want this person to get one. I'll give you more money to do it. And somebody else said, well, I want this person, so I'll give you more money. And so they keep giving us, people love it so much that they get to have an impact on somebody's life that they're willing to invest in them.
Yeah. Well, this event is coming up. It's always like the first Tuesday of May.
Yep. Mm-hmm. May 3rd. May 3rd
Okay.
at 11:30 a.m. And we are back at the CHI Health Center.
Okay.
Back inside. Last year, we did it the first in person after COVID. Last year, out at the ball field.
Right.
This year, we're moving back inside at the CHI Health Center ballroom. So we're really grateful. Individual seats are available. Tables of 10 are still available. You just go to djshero.org and you can sign up and be a sponsor and get a good meal and get to meet these kids along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that I love so much about this event is they do introduce them. You're a part of it. You're truly a part of the change that happens at this event.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's marvelous.
Yeah. Well, we've got 30 seconds left. So 30 seconds.
30 seconds left. I would say this. I think it's marvelous to be a part of this community that is so giving and so generous and understands. I call it Midwest nice. People just understand a need and they are willing to say, you know what, I've got some, so I can give to somebody else. And that is, I think, across the board in this very generous community. And the Salvation Army is a grateful recipient of many people who think in those very same terms.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Absolutely. And again, go to the website to learn more about the luncheon, but so much information on the website as well. Just about all the opportunities to contribute and volunteer. So Major Thompson, thank you so much. It's great to see you in the springtime. So, and I'm sure we will be connecting soon. So
we will.
All right.